Hello and welcome everyone back to the channel. I just want to update and say that I did change screen recorder softwares and I did allow more frames to record, so hopefully this does look better. I don't have the best PC in the world. However, hopefully this will do. Today we are going over the Leclerc, and this is a vehicle I grinded over a long time to get this vehicle. This took over months to get. And I just want to give an opinion of should you buy this vehicle, should you not? Is it good? Is it bad? You know, the common scenario of how good does a vehicle perform? Is it worth all the time it takes to basically grind through the entire French tech tree to get this vehicle? Now, the vehicle, in my opinion, is the best tank at top tier. Not the exact greatest, but the greatest in pretty much most of the aspects, or at least in my opinion. You have decent survivability with armor that is very protective against heat rounds. However, a PFSDS that has more than around 500 millimeters can go through this upper plate, which is your strongest portion of the tank, and if they do shoot on the right side, they will kill two of your crew members, and if they knock out two, you also will be killed. I was really expecting more armor out of this vehicle. However, it does perform very well, especially when spaded. This thing has a 2800 horsepower at arcade, and in realistic battles it has 1400 horsepower, which is really up there in realistic. So keep that in mind. So this thing is very snappy, very fast, very aggressive playstyle, suited, and as well as like let's just go ahead and take it on a test drive here. It has a very good round. OFL F1 or OFL 120 F1 is a very capable round at top tier, in my opinion. As you know, it does have a very good gun, and as well as it is very snappy. This will outrun Leopard 2A5s, and I've experienced while going up hills, it can outrun T80Us, etc. And as well as you have a 6-second autoloader. I don't know if I mentioned that, but that is the biggest change of this tank. It's just having a 6-second autoloader. So if you do mess up a shot, you have the reload of an ace crew for most nations. Now, of course, the Type 90 can out reload you in pretty much most of the aspects. However, Type 90 does not have real reliable armor, and pretty much any shot that the Type 90 will block the gun or go through the turret cheeks. However, at least not yet in game at the moment, as of January 2021, nothing can penetrate through the front of the Leclerc. Now, the 2A6 can penetrate through that little square box right there, which won't generally do a whole lot of damage, but if it is lucky, it can go through there, get your ammo, and blow the tank up. However, that's a very small spot to penetrate, and it's generally not reliable, so keep that in mind. The vehicle really can zoom. I mean, this thing gets to 78 kmh in arcade very quickly. Very fun tank to play. You also have very great optics and as well as a laser rangefinder. However, I don't have the vehicle, excuse me, I don't have the vehicle completely spaded, so I don't have everything on the vehicle. However, I will show you what I do have. Pretty much have the best APFSDS, engine, transmission, and filters. So the only thing I don't have is thermals, horizontal drive, and brake system. You know, stuff that you really don't have to have, but is really recommended top tier. So that's enough talk. Let's see if we can get into a round. Now, I generally would cut this footage, but however, top tier has been pretty snappy for the last few days, and as well as I want to go over the vehicle a little bit more while we are here. As I did say, it does have a very good round, but I did not mention how this tank is also a lot lighter than most NATO MBTs, at least I noticed. You also have a lot of smoke launchers, 76 millimeter smoke launchers, so meaning that you're going to put out a decent amount of smoke around yourself. However, I wouldn't rely on it a whole lot. And as far as playstyle for the Leclerc, I would definitely recommend not playing this as a super aggressive tank, because look at the repair price of 17,100 Silver Lions. This is outrageous. You know, this is basically the repair price of an STRV 122, which is a tank I am grinding at the moment. Hopefully, we'll get it by the end of next month, depending on how much time I can put in the game. About an hour a day in, so hopefully we can get a little bit more, get it done sometime soon. I don't know when. So, right off the bat, you know, it seems like on some maps it's more snappy than others. However, it is very aggressive to play, very fun to play. However, don't overplay this vehicle. It's very easy to overplay because it's very snappy, and you will get one-shotted very easily by tanks like that. However, you want to be very cautious when versing Abrams, SDRVs, and stuff like that, just because they have very good armor, and They can kind of outgun you in some scenarios. However, I would really recommend that if you do go for something like an STRV, shoot the cannon breach just like that, and that will take care of him very fast. However, if you do not get a lucky shot like that, the STRV is really going to pack a punch in you, and it's most likely going to end you in one shot, just because they are very powerful on the battlefield, and arguably I'd say that they're the most fearful tank in the game, at least as far as um, all around aspects. However, that doesn't mean that you can't uh, beat them. They're just very, very powerful. I would not say they're the greatest tank in the game, but I would say that it's the greatest armored tank. The greatest tank in the game, I think, is this one, just because it has the greatest all-around abilities. I don't have all tanks in game, but if you're really looking forward to having a NATO MBT, besides something like a T80U that has an autoloader, that has very good movement speed, very good turret traverse, very powerful round, and also there's a Leclerc S2, which I won't bother grinding until it gets the OFL 120 F2, just because of reasons I really don't want to get into, just because, I don't want to have two Leclercs, and it's going to get the same repair price, so I'm not going to go through the grind just to get, 30,000 SL taken from my account every single day that I play this vehicle. Um, and just mentioning, this vehicle is very hard to play without having um, the OFL 120 F1 round. I've played it several times, and without that round, you're going to get your butt whipped. I'm just going to tell you right off the bat, you're going to get your butt kicked so easy. You just can't penetrate. You can't penetrate the cheeks of the Abrams. You can't outkill anyone. You can't out penetrate. It's the small things that really get this vehicle when it's not spaded. However, when this vehicle is spaded, I believe it's one of the most powerful tanks in the battlefield just because of that really quick reload, and as well as we can do a lot of things to enemies that they can't really do back to us. As you see, we now have a 5 kill streak with the Leclerc, and getting attacked by a heli. Get killed by this, I'd be kind of peed off, being not gonna lie. I don't like helis being added. Personally, I don't think heli should have been added, at least the arcade mode. I don't believe you should be able to take a heli unless you own a heli, because I don't think it's fair for the people who could just click 7 or 8. Like right now, I could probably get in a KI-52 or KI-50 and just go fly out to the battlefield and just kill 20 plus people. Yeah, it's no skill required. You have homing missiles. You can literally just stay out of the match and shoot missiles at people. I don't really think that's skillful. Now, you can have your own opinion, but at least in my opinion, I don't believe shooting homing missiles across the map is very skillful. Just because, well, just just think about it. Shooting a homing missile across the entire map just to, kill one person, that's not really that great in my opinion. You know, I mean, I support, people who want helicopters. I'm fine with them in game. I'm actually glad they are in game. However, I would really recommend, if you're going to use helicopters, don't spam them. Maybe if you do use them, don't use something like the KA-50, which is going to kill everything. Dude, you need to put out that fire. I'm guessing you don't have FB. That really sucks. I remember my Leclerc stock. Oh boy. Let me tell you, it's this is actually the best round I've had in Leclerc. I've actually only played about 15, 20, 30 rounds in Leclerc. Well, actually, no, I take that back. I probably played about 80 rounds in Leclerc uh, to get all the components. But as far as before I got OFL 120, I probably have played about 50 rounds. And then, the engine was a lot easier to get once you have the better shell. The mobility is the better part of this tank. However, we are at 10.7, so I mean this is a pretty stacked game. Now I don't want to repair here, so I'm going to try to scoot behind this rock and pop some smoke. 285, 285. Shot my breach. Okay, we're going to pop some smoke, and hopefully he won't see me here. He's probably going to shoot and kill me. Okay, he didn't. Okay, that's actually very lucky for us. So let's see if we can get behind this rock, and I'm going to pop smoke right here as well. You shouldn't be able to see me. However, there's someone over here, so we're probably going to die. However, this is a pretty good game. I'm not going to fuss about it. Even if we did lose, having an 8 kill streak is not something to be complaining about. Especially at top tier. Most tanks don't get 3 or 4 kills. I think Leclerc is probably one of the most competitive tanks in the game, and I'm just going to back it up by saying it's the best, just because it's the best at all the aspects. The STRV 120, just like that, he can pretty much shoot me all he wants. However, he did break my gun, so we are going to die. But like I did say, the French Leclerc is a very powerful potent on the battlefield, having 8 kills in just a matter of minutes. We will lose the game because our team is too dumb to push for A. They're all kind of going to the wrong direction. It's one of the most frustrating parts of this tank. And as well as having 8 kills of premium count, is still not going to barely pay the repair bill, which is why I don't like Gadget adding in tanks like this in the game if you can't play them. I'd much rather them add these tanks in the game when they can be competitive and be used than giving it a 17,000 repair price. And this is not fully spaded. I'm not sure it's 20 grand when fully spaded. But guys, hopefully that was a inspirational video for the Leclerc. I did go a little bit out of the way, but I think the Leclerc is a very potent, can't speak, very powerful tank on the battlefield. I think, all in all, it's probably the best tank in the game at the moment. The SDRV 122 may have armor, but you know, as you can see from the beginning, you can really take them out pretty easy if you just shoot in the middle of the gun. Now again, mobility is a strong suit. Gun is kind of the average, and mobility, like I said, is a strong suit. So keep that in mind if you do grind for this. And if you want to know in the future, like what way I grinded down for it, you can ask me. As well as you know, other nations you want me to cover. I am not in the content program, so I don't have biased opinions about SL and crap like that. All the SL I get, I have to purchase myself, and I have to either do advanced tournaments or something to get them. So thank you so much for watching. This did inspire you into wanting to play or wanting to play the Leclerc, or you have the Leclerc and you want to ask some questions, go ahead and ask them in the comment section, as well as you have anything you want to ask about the vehicle or any other vehicles you'd like me to do a review on. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.